You probably don't need us to tell you that the pull-up is just about the toughest body weight exercise there is. If you've ever attempted to knock out a set in the gym or just pull yourself up over a wall out in the real world, you'll know the demands it places on your back, shoulder, and arm muscles. Welcome to Mindex. In this video, we will show you what research indicates are the most effective steps and routines to achieving your first pull-up, and then how to increase pull-ups into the double digits in the fastest way possible. But before we make it to the video, make sure you subscribe to our channel for more premium content and hit the notification bell to be the first to watch our videos. Pull-ups are generally one of the most difficult exercises to master. In fact, most individuals have yet to even achieve their first pull-up. And for those who have, they'll then often struggle to increase reps on pull-ups. Although you've probably already tried a few things to help increase pull-up strength or achieve your first ever pull-up, the truth is that most people simply use the wrong approaches when it comes to how to improve pull-ups. The first thing you need to do is focus on strengthening the prime movers involved in the pull-up. Based on research, the muscles most activated and involved in the pull-up are core, biceps, lats, and the mid and lower traps. So by training each of these muscles with alternative pulling exercises, you'll be able to strengthen all of them to the point where they are strong enough for you to achieve a pull-up, and will also indirectly boost your pull-up strength in the event that you can only successfully do a few currently. So what are the best alternative exercises to strengthen these prime movers? Well, first we're going to start with scapular pull-ups. This exercise targets the lower traps, which is especially important for your pull-up strength. To perform this exercise, you simply hang from a bar, relax your shoulders down and away from your ears, and then pull your body up without allowing your elbows to bend with a slight pause at the top. This movement will help with strengthening your lower traps as well as your grip strength for the pull-up. Perhaps more importantly, the movement itself is an essential component of the pull-up. This is because the pull-up consists of two phases. Phase 1 is involving the subtle motion of the scapular pull-up, and Phase 2 is involving the actual pulling up to the bar. It just doesn't look like it because it's typically performed as one fluid motion, but just showcases how important this seemingly insignificant muscle really is when it comes to your pull-up strength, which then relates to how to increase your pull-ups. Next, we'll move on to the kneeling lat pull-down. This exercise primarily helps to strengthen the lats and the core, as well as the biceps. Here's something interesting. The traditional seated lat pull-down is quite a similar movement as the body weight pull-up, so it seems as though it would transfer well in terms of strength improvements, right? Unfortunately, this just isn't the case, as research has found that there's actually a relatively weak correlation between the two exercises, meaning that getting stronger in the seated lat pull-down doesn't seem to increase pull-up strength very well. And the reasoning for this seems to be with the lack of core involvement in the seated lat pull-down, which you now know is a major component of the pull-up. Next, we're going to use the inverted row to further strengthen the pulling strength of your lats, core, and arms, but to also emphasize the mid-traps a little more, which we know based on the activation research shown earlier is a highly involved muscle in the pull-up. Now this exercise was chosen based on research from the American Council of Exercise, which showed that the inverted row not only highly activates the lats, but also outperforms other rowing movements like the barbell row in terms of mid-traps activation, and therefore would be another great exercise to use in our arsenal to strengthen the prime movers involved in the pull-up. For this exercise, simply hang from a bar with your legs extended on the ground and pull up until your chest just about reaches the bar. Then you'll want to progress this over time. You can do so by simply lowering the bar and/or elevating your feet to get your body more horizontal. Next, we want to get some actual pull-up training. This helps to continue strengthening our prime movers and also allow us to neurologically get better at the movement itself. But obviously, if you're unable to do a pull-up or just can't do very many, you'll have to first use pull-up alternative exercises to accomplish this. And the first exercise we'll use for this purpose is the banded pull-up, which I'd highly recommend incorporating since it's the closest exercise to the pull-up itself, and it is also going to give you major confidence being able to get your head over that bar. But with this exercise, it's crucial that you progress it over time. You can do so by first starting with a heavier band for more resistance, and then gradually moving to lighter and lighter resistance once you can do over 10 reps at each level. As for the assisted pull-up machine, this is a somewhat decent alternative, but just isn't as effective given the low amount of core activation we see in this exercise, and the vast differences in the muscle activation patterns of the prime movers when we compare it to the pull-up itself. Now finally, we'll use negative pull-ups to work on strengthening the eccentric portion of the pull-up. and to get you more comfortable with feeling what it's like to control your body weight against gravity. For these, simply jump up or use a step up to get yourself to the top position of the pull-up, and then descend as slow as you're capable of. At first, you likely won't be able to control your descent very well, but this will very quickly improve, and you'll want to try to work up to a 30-second descent, which will translate to huge strength gains in your actual pull-up. So now, here's the exact routine you'll want to use to get you to your first 1 to 10 pull-ups. Number 1. Scapular pull-ups, 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Number 2. Banded pull-ups, 3 sets of 6 to 12 reps. Number 3. Kneeling lat pull-downs, 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Number 4. Inverted row, 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. And finally, pull-up negatives, 2 to 3 sets. You'll want to perform this twice a week, and simply replace all of your back training for the week with this routine. As you do this, given that increasing frequency is highly correlated with faster strength gains, what I want you to do is during the start of both of these workouts and 1 to 2 other workouts that you do for the week, simply perform 2 sets where you try to do as many pull-ups as you can. Over time, you'll notice this number very quickly improve. Then, once you can successfully do roughly 10 to 12 clean pull-ups in a single set, it's time to move on to the next step, which involves progressing your pull-ups. To do so, you want to simply start adding additional resistance to your pull-ups. You can best do so with the use of a dumbbell or weight belt. This allows you to continue overloading your pull-ups and enables you to stick within the rep range that'll be most effective for hypertrophy as your pull-up strength improves. So once you get to this stage, what I'd recommend is the following. Program in pull-ups into your current routine twice a week with the following set and rep range, 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 10 reps. Except for the banded pull-ups, as these other movements will continue to improve your weighted pull-up strength. Start with as little as 2.5 to 5 pounds of additional resistance, and aim to increase the number of reps you can do with this added weight. Then, once you're able to perform 3 to 4 sets of 10 clean reps at this weight, add another 2.5 to 5 pounds and repeat the process. Repeat this process for 4 weeks, and then take an easy week for your pull-ups by switching out pull-ups for another back exercise or just performing body weight pull-ups for that week in order to boost your recovery before then going back to the weighted progression. And lastly, these pull-up days be a slight variation of the pull-up, like a chin-up or neutral grip pull-up, for example. These variations have been shown to work your prime movers to a slightly different degree and pattern than the pull-up does, which helps not only indirectly boost your strength in the traditional pull-up, but also helps prevent overuse injuries from developing over time, especially once you start using heavier weights. Alright everyone, that's it for today. Hope you find it helpful. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so that you will never miss any updates. See you in the next one.